Nave cohort, apologies for the few minutes late start there. DCS was having a fit and falling in it, as the saying goes. Oh. But looks like it's kind of sort of sorting its issues out, but we're going to be going up today and playing a little bit of DCS and talking through some of what I do with the F-16 as I do it, in the hopes of if folks want to get a grasp about what we're doing there with that and how that works, they can. Just saying there, just sending a text message there out to the folks because I know some of them like to watch, so doing all that, and then we'll get into the chat and get going. All right, flip that over, make sure this is working right. Like that's showing what it needs to see, so unmute, talk to trigger, and get going. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so it's going to be a little interesting here with what we're doing on the server today, or at least what my intended goal is. I'm waiting on all the things to get loaded up here. Do I do Mavericks and bombs, or do I do JDAMs and bombs? That is the question.
Dealer's choice on that one.
I think we're going to go with big boy JDAMs. And then Snake Eyes for flexibility. And HTS to offset the weight of the pod. And mirror the loadout on the other side.
Request rearming. Copy.
Alright, so we turn on all of our cheek station pylons, the flight control radar, or fire control radar, and the radar altimeter. Turn on all of our other switches here, which is going to include the UFC, both of the MFDs up front, mids, and our alignment. But since the jet isn't started, it's not going to have a fit yet, because it will have a fit if you're changing your loadout while trying to go through alignment. I went ahead and I set my transponder to 1776 so that I'm always broadcasting freedoms. Set my IFF to normal mode. And I went ahead and selected the alpha channel for my anti-collision light so it blinks the Morse letter A. And I went ahead and set them on bright. But we're going to go ahead and work the switch from battery to main power and engage the main JFS starter. Flip the ejector seat down and close canopy. Canopy is down and locked. Preemptively going ahead and setting up the countermeasures display, dialing up the brightness on some things like my helmet mounted sight and the HUD. Engine RPM is just about 21%, so we're going to go and take the throttle out of its first detent and engage the igniter. And all the systems are coming up. Alignment should be starting on its own since we already engaged that switch. And we're going to set up our radar altimeter for the right altitude. We're at 1855 feet. It's going to be right about there. Also, while the jet is aligning, I'm going to go ahead and set up my hijinx helmet. So I go to the list, miscellaneous, HMCS, which is the recall button there is indicated by the R. And then we're going to hit sequence to dob over once, and M cell 0 to engage the alignment, line up the crosses, and tap 0 again. I'm also going to go into the list and go into data link. Dobber right here to this screen, and then dobber down to change my number to 20. I am the flight lead, that's fine. We're going to set our transmit strength to high. Dobber right, and then change this to 20205, enter. And this one to 20265, enter. Should account for both myself and trigger on the data link. Alignment's complete. I'm going to toggle that over to nav. And at this point, I'm ready to taxi. Before we get super going, though, I'm going to enter air-to-ground mode and go ahead and start powering up the JDAMs that are on board the aircraft, and setting my ripple quantity and distance for my iron bombs. Generally use about 100-foot spacing and pairs. And since these are the high drag bombs, their default release mode is for nose-tail fusing, which is high drag mode. But if we need to use them in low drag mode and drop them a little closer, but not quite as slick as slicks, we can change that to nose only, and it won't deploy the fins to slow down the bomb. Alright, Trigger, you good to go?
Yeah, I'm already at the runway waiting.
Okie doke. I will taxi my way up then for you. As soon as I get comfy cozy in the jet and adjust my head traffic, or tracking rather. Turn on nose wheel steering. And set my COM 1 radio to 266. And my COM 2 radio, and there's a Harrier screaming down the runway. That could be Jolly. He's been flying the Harrier a little bit more often lately.
It is.
I hadn't bothered to jump out and look. Radio check to 1275. See if anybody's up on the old in-game voice there. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and pre-configure are my MFDs. That should be fine. We'll go air to air. Yeah, that should be fine too. Oh, I see. The legal Striegel.
Mm.
I do like that jet. I just really need an update for it at this point.
Yeah, I was actually flying it earlier and didn't have any issues with it, so I figured I'd try it again.
Mm-hmm.
The minute I get one issue, though, I'm switching.
Yep. Well, I mean, the big thing about it is that there are things that it needs updated. Like, it is functional as is in the way that we've been using it. I just wish it was more functional and had new features and things. Oh, so hello there, young guns. Glad to see you up. Okay, so some of the other things that I'll be talking through a lot while we're doing here is DMS and TMS, which is short for data management systems and target management systems, respectively. I feel so small. DMS typically governs what sensor I'm trying to work with, like I'm hitting DMS down and it's toggling between the two MFD screens as indicated by the solid white boxes. So if I start moving around things like my radar bug, it will move it around on that sensor. Now it'll mirror that on the HSD which is on the right, because those two things are kind of linked. But if I were to hit DMS right and go to like the TGP, the targeting pod, you'll see that it says not soy, meaning it's not the sensor of interest. Well, we'll see if we can provide it. I'm ready for takeoff when you are, Trigger.
Yep.
Oh, right, I'm the tiny one. Alright, going full throttle. Thunderbirds, let's run them up. Notice while steering is off before we get to 100 knots. As the F-16's rudder will be more than enough to take care of business. Rotating. One's up. Gear's coming up.
Gear's up.
Alright, now before I get ambitious and start calling missions in, let's see if they've got one up already. Let's see. I don't know, I'm not seeing one up. That's jolly if he's got a mission up before we rudely interrupt him with one. Let's go and kill these lights. So obviously, two of the most important binds there for interacting with anything in the F-16 is DMS up, down, left, right, and TMS up, down, left, right. Most of your target designation, such as I want to lock this guy up with the radar, or I want these GPS coordinates transferred to the bomb, or I want the Maverick Seeker head to look for this guy right here, or I want to kill this radar with a harm. Hello there.
Hello there.
Is all done through TMS up, and deselecting a target is TMS down. Left and right can sometimes select between sub-modes for things like I've got an air-to-air missile, and I want to use it or change to a different type of missile, or target an additional target in the case of a track-while scan launch. I don't think he has one up, and he's probably not reading his messages, so let's do something big. Strike missions. You know, the Beatty bomber is always a fun one. It's generating the mission for us. No, there it is.
Recently received satellite imagery shows that a terrorist group who has taken control of the town of Beatty a few weeks ago has now acquired a Tornado fighter bomber. We're unsure as to how they got a hold of this, but they're operating it out of the town's airport. We need you to go in and destroy the aircraft, as possession of it would allow them to
Apparently
pressure
waypoint
all
5.
nearby towns in unprecedented ways.
Well, that makes that easy. Steer point 5 selected, coming left.
113 miles I'm showing.
Roger. Figure we'll do a medium altitude cruise, followed by a low altitude insert, and then a pop-up and attack.
Copy that.
Okay, setting the pod to infrared. Give myself like a 5-degree climb here, so I can save on my thimble's worth of gas. I think I still got a little bit of gas in the center tank. Yeah, not a lot. Alright, so for today's employment of weapons and other fun toys, we're flying a mixed strike package. We've got 6 Snake Eyes on board, which I can put in low drag mode and just kind of toss them out, which is probably what I'm going to do with this fight. And 2 2,000-pound JDAM bombs. And Trigger, flying the F-15E, has, looks like 6 of the 500-pound class JDAMs and 3 JSOWs.
That's correct.
It's a good day to be flying over the desert in Nevada. Alright, so I have a manual range axis bound which controls the zoom from the targeting pod, amongst other things. They're still a little too far away for it to see anything out there. I'm going to level off here about 20,000 feet.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm going hands-free, just on an autopilot cruise. Let's go ahead and fence in and turn on the weapons. Master arm is on. Fuel state 7.4.
32 fenced in. 18-8.
And check our HSD here. That's our situation monitor that we get information from things like the AWACS, and it will display threat contacts, waypoints, things like that all through there. Handy way of keeping the situation awareness up. We are outfitted with a joint, I forget the hell it stands for, Joint Helmet Mounted Cubing System, hijinx. So we can actually kind of look around and see things like where our waypoint is and designate targets, use the AIM-9X Sidewinder, shooting almost 90 degrees off to one side or the other, which is pretty neat. It's one of the reasons why I kind of need RASBAM to give us that newer model F-15E, as if we get the next suite up with that they were talking about, that should be hijinx supported with the 9X as well, which will be pretty nifty, I would say.
Oh, yes.
Broadly speaking, I think we're going to attack this one from the west so we can use the hills, or the east rather, so we can use the hills on the way in. We'll kind of fly over Creech, and as we get into 4808 Echo, that large grid, we can come north a little further, so we're just more or less coming straight in on it.
Yeah.
But given that it's probably protected by SA-11s and SA-15s, get the glide munitions in there first and then start sprinkling all the JDAMs on it, and if we have to follow up with iron bombs, I'll go toss the iron bombs in. If we can kill most of the other systems out of there, I can drop them in high drag mode and do a snake eye pass, but not really relying on that one. And the ET's dry. Pickle tank. Okay, so we're going to go and make the left MFD our sensor of interest, or SOI, with DMS down. We can see where the pod is trying to look there, with that little square and dot off in the distance, which should be out here. Leave. I'm actually not going to control F11 this one until after we've conducted our strike, because I kind of want to watch that one as we would see it on an op, or we don't have that luxury. But it should be somewhere here on this tarmac.
I'm just seeing hills at the moment, so I'm hoping the waypoint's in the right place.
No, easy way to check. Let's just build another waypoint out that way. It looks like we're heading right towards it. Just kind of drawing the line there from the map. Yeah, 278 magnetic is just about right. My head keeps tilting up like that is because I'm enjoying the smooth taste of Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, 23 flavors, established, saying the can here, 1885. Making the world taste better. They don't pay me to say that, but maybe one day they will.
I wonder if it's maybe that mountain's in the way.
That would probably be the right answer. Yeah, that is very much the right answer. I'm familiar with that mountain. We've toss-bombed over the top of that one a lot of times. You're right, though. Let's go ahead and bump up so we can designate targets. Climbing up. Let's go ahead and push combat spread. Give each other plenty of room to work with.
Zooming up.
Gotta back off my climb. I'm losing too many knots. Got that tiny wing fat airplane energy. The beacons are lit.
Damn.
Creech calls for aid. Clouds in the way.
Yep. I'm heading out to the southwest right now, trying to get past the cloud.
I mean, you do have the best ground mapping radar available in the game, so...
At 2, I do forget that.
That's why they pay me flight lead dollars. Occasionally remind you of things like that. I don't actually get paid for this.
Alright, boop. Alright, zoom that in a little bit more.
I'm up here at 28,000 feet. I've still got the mountain between me and it. Tell you what, though, if there's a scorpion hanging out at the bottom of that mountain, I could probably see it and count the number of scales on its back.
Damn, that did not help at all. Oh, wait a minute. No, if I remember... Yes. Need to freeze it. Oh, wrong button. God damn it.
You are marking, sir.
Yep. I know.
It's more an informative call than anything else. Looks good on stream.
Alright, a target with a white line's an emitter, isn't it?
Yes. Mud Spike, SA-11, 12 o'clock.
Set the target. Designate. Next station. I think that's a clump of targets.
Oh, he's tracking now.
2 away.
Sam, defensive SA-11 diving down.
Three away. GSRs are heading into target.
Come on. Missiles defeated.
Altitude.
Currently marking targets.
If he can see me, I can see him. Let's go oopsie daisy with the nose.
GSRs are impact in 1 minute 30 seconds.
Counter.
Sam, where's he at? Not taking the chance, down we go. Oh, that is real close. I may not get away from that. Yep, I got two too low. That is not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all.
Diving down. I don't know if the GSRs got shot down.
No, they shot at me, they weren't shooting at it, so... Pretty good money they probably got through.
Request rearming. Copy.
Getting a little bit closer.
Rearming complete.
Turning in.
Oh, did the damn starter not... Oh, I see what it did, alright. Going back to idle, try the second charge.
Popping up. .608.
Because I died, my throttle wasn't completely at idle. So as soon as I wiggled it, it popped it right out of the detent. Premature.
All right, RTB.
Oh, come on.
Congrats.
I would say you got the
successfully completed
target.
the mission. You are cleared for RTB.
Now is not a good time for my game to freeze.
Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Sorry, I might need to reslot this one anyway.
I can't do anything.
You were definitely frozen.
Rearming complete.
Yep.
Yep, that's going to be a reslot. Release. And back in the jet. Let me just make sure other people are still moving around, or if it's a problem with the actual server, like if something crashed on it.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
stuck frozen watching a bomb.
Yep, you are the only one still not moving. So that is just you. I'm going to verify that DCS didn't just crash for you.
Yep. It did.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Go over the hump to Pahrump. New mission generated.
Alright, well I am struggling to keep my eyes open now, so I'm going to disappear.
Today is the day we
No
rid
worries.
the
Thanks for
city of
stopping
Pahrump
by.
of their terrorist problem.
Indeed.
This
Always like
city has
hanging out.
been under their stranglehold for long
Take care,
enough.
Trigger.
Alright,
If we don't act now,
enjoy the rest of the
they'll
stream.
only get stronger. Their center of operations is based in a field just north of the center line of the city. Take out the command center and all the forces around it. But be on alert. We have indications that there may be a strong SAM threat defending the base.
Strong SAM threat defending the base, you say? Yeah, this one is in Pahrump. Target reference 22. Code a waypoint for that. Get our helmet all lined up. Here's our first empty waypoint. And that was reference 22. Pull up our kneeboard here and go back to this. And that is going to be north. This is indicated by a little N there on that up front console panel. 36 14. We use the 3-digit decimal because we use a little more precise nav system in the F-16. 50, enter. And because we are west of the equator, it is a westing, not an easting. 116, or I'm sorry, west of the prime meridian. Sorry, other direction there, folks. And 683. Hello, Frost. At least I caught it before I got actually out of existence. That is at 2569 feet. Alignment's complete. It's set up. And our altimeter is off because we're at 1850 feet here at Nellis. I'll wind that clock down until we're at the right altitude. And make sure we turn on our weapons. It's the smart ones that need it. And pre-program our release for the other ones. So I'm not doing that while I'm out there. Radio check 266. Okay. The advantages we've got working for us is we do have the mountain. We've got Mount Charleston there in between us and Pahrump. So we should, in theory, be able to use it as a little bit of cover. Hopefully the SAM systems are not something I'm going to need a whole lot of coordination with because apparently I don't have people on the radio like I thought I might. So I'm going to have to try and hope for the best there on that one. Or otherwise ready to go, so I'm going to go and start taxiing up. I think I popped up a little too high and got a little too close on the last attack that we made. And that put me well within the SA-11's ability to kill me. Which is not the kind of spectacular thing that my brother was looking to see live on stream. Sorry, I'm just getting comfy in the chair there, folks. Alright, reset the head tracking. Radio check 1275. Radio check 266. Whole lot of nothing. Okay.
Today is the day we rid the city of Pahrump of their terrorist problem. This city has been under their stranglehold for long enough. If we don't act now, they'll only get stronger. Their center of operations is based in a field just north of the center line of the city. Take out the command center and all the forces around it, but be on alert. We have indications that there may be a strong SAM threat defending the base.
Yeah, once again, we are up. Passing over the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Looks like there's some cars zipping around on it. Just about due west. Put a little bit of altitude on. See if I can't peep what's there. Killer lights, master arms on. I think I'm actually going to cut here to the south. It looks like I might be able to use that corner that's passing through the HUD glass now. To try and peek it. I'd like to be able to identify at least one target for the JDAM and set a mark point for the next one. Okay. That looks like a command bunker structure. And it's designated. Zooming out just a little bit, we can see that it is protected by a variety of little SAM sites around it. But we're going to make that our primary target. "205, in hot from the mission objective area. In from the west." Well, if they can at least hear me. Ooh, we're still a minute out. We're gonna have less cover from these hills than I thought. So it definitely shot at me, and I had my RWR off, so I didn't know.
Warning, bingo.
0 for 2 here today.
Caution.
All right. Do less fancy things. Yep, we'll deal with the air defenses in the first pass,
Copy.
as that's going to be more of our problem.
Arming complete.
It's been a minute since I've made that mistake. That one is purely on me. $569. Alignment's complete.
Hulk 6-1. Clear to taxi to runway 3. Path 2.
Alright, third takeoff for the day, but hopefully we'll actually put weapons on target this time. At least we hit the bot. And with any luck at all, E-90 managed to kill some of the systems that were down there, but we're going to continue the attack with our own JSOWs. Continue to thin the herd. As a glide weapon, we want to try and be as quick and as high as possible to give them the most range, and trust them to do the rest of the work. And it looks like a radome there. See it spinning around. All right. Pickle. 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 Still some radars there. Magnum Snowdrift, or Magnum SA-11 rather. Magnum Snowdrift. Thanks, Chief. Yeah, that's fine. Something hopefully worth blowing up in there. We'll go back and get heavier bombs and go deal with the problem. If it is in fact still up. Goal with the JSOWs was to mostly thin the herd in terms of other air defenses there. Alright, let's go and set up for attack and course back to Nellis, which is 12 X-ray. Transmit, receive. Cluster bombs are getting in over the target area. And there's a 15 there that got some sprinkles on it. But we'll go get more weapons. Some heavier weapons. Probably a couple JDAMs and some GBU-24s so we can punch through that bunker. Percival has opinions if you can hear him on the stream too. Use a whole lot of gas on that one, even with the amount of time we spent in the burner.
Altitude. Altitude.
.205 final, 03 left. We are a little fast, but I think we'll be on speed by the time we get to the runway. .05 down and clear, Nellis. Yeah, I keep transmitting on in-game voice, but not a soul's talking to me, so let's keep going for it. Park and brake is set. Stores config is in the heavy mode. Let's go ahead and bring up the heavy stuff. I'm going to bring 2 JDAMs of the 2,000-pound non-penetrator variety and 2 GPU-24s.
Request refueling.
And we'll use that to kind of spread the love here.
Copy.
And put one somewhere over here to try and take out most of that stuff. And the other JDAM over here to try and take out most of that stuff. And then the 24 will put centerline on that hardened structure. That should be that. sure we arm the laser. We're actually going to need it here this time. Just got to get the thimble refueled here, which it's just about done.
Refueling complete.
Big ol' heavy bomb load.
Rearming complete.
But it'll do. Last little switch pull that I did on that one was to cycle the power for the right cheek station, as the current issue with the F-16 is when it rearms.
Gunslinger 1-1, radio check 251.
Might be on 266, I think, but checking in 266, loud and clear. Might have been on 1275. Loud and clear 1275. Anyway, when the pod is replaced on it, which is essentially what it does whenever you rearm the aircraft, it just replaces all the weapons on the hard points, whether or not they've got weapons there. It puts it on it and does not acknowledge the fact that the switch is giving it power, so this needs to be cycled in order to get it to work. .205 taking off, runway 03 left, Nellis. They're a little heavier, so we're going to ride this out a little longer. Lights are out, handles out. .05 inbound target area. We're reading about 3 minutes to target. And my great and beautiful plan here for this one is to get the JDAVs off first, because I won't need to guide them for anything. And then go for the laser guided weapon. looks like more work's been put in down there. But we'll follow through as designed. Enough targets down there, I think, to merit this kind of attack. Hope so, anyway. Gotta redeem a couple of my last attempts at this. That's a lot of dead stuff there. There's a lot of dead stuff where I was going to drop the other one. And we'll put one over here. Kill these trucks. Caesar 5 in from the west with 4 heavy bombs. Okay, we're max range for the JDAM. And I want that outpost dead too, so we'll drop one about right here. Pickle JDAM.
Congrats, you have successfully completed the mission. You are cleared for RTV.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the attack anyway. Pickle GBU-24, Sparkle 1688. Lasers off, 1688. I don't think there's anything else down there, but we'll go ahead and we'll check it. We'll give it a low and slow.
Altitude. Altitude.
Unfortunately, everybody else had really blasted the heck out of that before we could come up for a second time, so we really just kind of missed the train there with my screw up the first couple times at this. But that is otherwise a very well worked objective by the whole team. And with 3,400 pounds left, we'll go home. And we'll see what the next mission will be. Attack end's blocked by the mountain right now, but we'll go ahead and set ourselves up here. Alright, let's go and get another mission going. Let's do the Echo Bay takeover. Okay, I set that one up as a hard objective as well, so we'll see how that one goes through.
Late last night, the town of Echo Bay has been occupied by a formidably armed terrorist group. We need to get in there and rid them from the town for obvious reasons. The few details that have emerged from the area indicate that the enemy is in and among the buildings throughout the town, and control the area all the way from the shoreline to the local airport. Heavy armor and SAM assets have also been spotted.
Okay. 205 is RTB Nellis, intent to rearm for dealing with the SAM systems present at the waypoint. Okay, it looks like we're picking the TACAN beacon up. It's only 33 miles back to home.
Harlem, you up 266?
Yep, and 1275, so I can talk to the rotors.
Yeah, or 1275 for rotors. I've got, I'm up on 266. Nix is requesting a frequency change to 251.
Roger, 251.
All right, everybody, push 251.
Fender 205 checking in 251. Fender 205 checking in 251.
Lima Charlie 251, Spender 6.
Better 205, copy.
Intends to rearm to deal with the SAM threats that are down there.
Copy, I am circumnavigating the Vegas Valley, and I will be there eventually. I don't actually mind, I'm just giving you shit.
Exciting. Very exciting.
Radio check 251.
Nima Charlie 251. Two 205 turning for final, runway 203 left, Nellis. Three down and locked.
6 clear, 2 and right.
Didn't seriously just call 2-1 right, did he? Oh, now he's clear 2-1 right. Two 205, runway clear, 03 left. Alright. Park here and get ourselves some new equipment. Alright, so anticipating the fact that we've got a lot of SAMs that we're going to have to deal with, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a pair of JDAMs. Of the smaller variety. And a pair of harms.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Supposedly this thing is at waypoint 1. Which is target reference 24. Looks like Jolly's heading into Echo Bay already. And that does correspond with the waypoint that we had. So they're out here somewhere. And while we're picking up another 3,000 pounds or so, I'm going to go grab the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. So hang in there, folks. We'll be up there shortly.
Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Okay, we're back. Let's go ahead and enable the head tracking, reset my stores config. Here's we are ready to roll. Let's do E90 a favor here. 205 taxiing to runway 21 left. Zero 05 taking off, 21 left.
Altitude. Altitude.
Betty, we're going to get a lot lower than that. So let's have you not complain at me so much. I don't think 9,000 feet is the intended height of that waypoint. Yeah, 1,276 feet. Let's fix that. I'm going to give the HTS pod a chance to work.
Counter.
A Hawk battery, really? Alright. That's different. Gotta look for new threats. It's alright, keeps us on our toes.
Counter.
It'll take longer for the HTS to search for that, since I don't know what page exactly he's on. We'll fly away from it for now.
Counter.
That's right, keep dinging me, Hawk. There he is. Magnum Hawk battery.
Counter.
Got two of them. Magnum Hawk battery.
Counter. Altitude. Altitude. Counter. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Guardian 1 taking off at an Echo Bay.
That's some TV. Give me white hot. It looks like a fairly well destroyed building. .205 Hawk battery silenced. Let's give our JDAMs a new home. That's Echo Bay Airport. Which has stuff on it. Very dangerous looking stuff. Got targets on Echo Bay Airfield. .205 Pickle JDAM Kamov. We're gonna go ahead and roll defensive away here. Wait for the bomb to hit, which should take about 50 seconds. About 40 seconds. Don't see any other IR threats coming up at us. There we go. No, that was not our bomb. So somebody else shot at it and didn't call it on the radio. Our bomb is unfortunately a waste. No, maybe. Looks like the aircraft there might be damaged and not destroyed. The bomb ought to finish that one off as long as it gets there. 10 seconds. There we go. Feels better. Okay, so we got other targets, which could be up that direction. Just gonna scroll the targeting pod, which is the square that we see there. Look at a point of interest. You're supposed to be in the bay, kind of in and around these towns, so we'll have to really search around for things that are out of place, like these guys. These look like a couple of happy insurgents, right? "205, identified truck and a gunned Humvee. Down by the river. Pickle J-Dam. 205 out to the south. Watch it in the camera here. Says about 20 seconds, might be a little sooner. Should land right between them. Any moment now. Hello, raiding party. Welcome to the fight. It looks like we got the truck, but not the Humvee. Looks like shack in a truck, but not the Humvee. So far so good. A little bit of a rough start to tonight's stream, but cleared itself out a little bit. Alright, looks like the other boys are hitting that one. We'll look around for some more targets. Uh-oh. Somebody had an oopsie. It's probably a man-pad that brought them down. We definitely want to be a little more careful what we're doing. So it's either a man-pad or an SA-9, since we don't have any radar emitters down there looking at us right now. To survive advisory, looks like I lost my wingman out here.
From 205, you are correct. What systems do we have down there?
Not having anything with radar, but probable IR. Maybe 9s and man-pads.
Different. County 1, 12 miles. Hey,
That sounds like Chief. Okay. have a look with the old Mark 1 eyeball there and see if anything stands out. Which, at this range and altitude, it might not. But we can at least look at it and investigate it with the pod. Looks like we might have something alive down by the Hawk battery. What's left of it, anyway. Maybe. Again, maybe not. According to the mission details, targets could be... Oh, what's that there? What are you? Hello. That might be dead. Looks a little ruined. Track's not connected to the wheels. Yeah, no, that's dead. Cars running around. Oh, hello. Yeah, there's some trucks. $205 got some trucks in a park. Rolling in hot with JDAM.
Coyote 1, I'm looking at the Echo Bay airfield. Do we have any targets on there?
Wait, one. A little low here than I would like. Let's see if we can answer Nixon there. Nothing visual. I'm going to swing the pod over and look at it. Probably be faster if I took it out of narrow, but that's okay.
Coyote 1 rifle tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like it's just the tank that's there.
Coyote 1 tank destroyed. I'm getting close to sweeping, but I'm not seeing shit. Found shit, found shit, found shit!
Tracing it back. Multiple infantry in the area, marking it. Pickle. Yeah, I know, Betty, I know. 4, 3. Check target group, you alright? I don't think...
Fort Nixon has passed.
Yep. Damn.
There's like maybe 1 or 2 things left down there. Maybe I should just auto-complete it.
Any ideas to where?
There's like a couple Bradleys next to that Hawk site that you smushed.
Roger, rolling in. Bradley's next to the Hawk site. It's got to be that one. $11,000 feet. Is that him?
Altitude. Altitude.
Is it the Hawk site in between the two parts of town? No. Damn it.
Bingo. Bingo. Warning, warning. Warning, warning. Caution. Caution. Altitude. Altitude.
Yep.
Congrats. You have successfully
Apparently there was
completed
more
the
than just the
mission.
Bradleys
You're
that were
approved
down there
for
still.
RTB.
Okay, so we're about the 2-hour mark here. Should have enough time for one more sortie, and then we'll take a short break, and then we'll get to the classic games part of the stream. Playing an old Sierra classic there, the Conquest of Camelot. See if we can make this sortie a clean one and come home from it. I'm going to turn that off for a moment so we can get the gear on the jet first. Select a livery. Yeah, we'll go with one of the ones from home. We're flying on Nevada anyway, so that one works out. Without knowing what they're calling in just yet, let's go with a classic me loadout.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete.
Alright, down and locked. And they are on 251. Radio check 251.
Lima Charlie.
Where are we going next?
I think we're deciding that now.
Rearming complete.
Well, they're making the decision. Let's go ahead and get our helmet all nice and
There's
aligned.
6 radio check 251.
Dial the altimeter in. So I don't know about you, but I like knowing how far away I am from the ground. Feels like something that should be right. Start the alignment for the jet. We got weapons on board. There, where we don't break it. I got a mixture of snake eyes and JDAMs.
Is it 9 or 2 right now?
Jet, you were not giving me the alignment, Juju. Okay, that's better. Do. All right, boys, you've had a chance.
Attention all units. An enemy stronghold has hastily been set up in the parking lot of the neighborhood mall 7 kilometers west
Reference
of North Las
12.
Vegas Airport. The
All right.
local police forces there are helpless against the intruders and have requested our assistance. They have reported to us that the enemy has numerous heavily armored vehicles, including AAA and SAM assets. Once you get close, they'll contact you and provide you with a better location of where the parking lot is.
12, 3, 6, 1, 3, 1, 5, 0. 5, 1, 6, 633. And at an altitude of 2454 feet.
Better 6, taxi runway 3.
Two 5 will follow you out. Let's be a little close by, so let's make sure we got everything all dialed in and ready to go ahead of time, so I'm not, fumbling for that nonsense while trying not to get killed.
Good, hello there, Apache.
Colt 6-1. Clear to taxi to runway 3. Path 2.
Oh, that boy and his triple rack Mavericks. There goes Chief and Frost on the Apache. The steer point is not going to be terribly far away from where we are. Wakey wakey targeting pod. Yeah, it worked.
Banner 6 departing, 3 left.
Colt 6-2, been able to clear for takeoff.
In the interest of avoiding his turbulence, I'm going to just take off down there on 3 right.
Colt 6-2, been able to clear for takeoff.
If something awful happens to me in this loadout and I don't give that wake enough time to clear, a little heavy for me to try and recover it. Hilarious part was following behind Mander and the Vigan after a takeoff like that, and that also wasn't pretty.
Colt 6-1, been able to clear for takeoff.
205 taking off 03 right.
You are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at
Cleared to destination, maintain Marsa.
Thank you, Frostwax.
That's Frost Center to you.
Would it be okay if we just agreed with Gun Cam Man?
I'll accept this. I don't have an altimeter for you, I looked, I tried.
Alright, let's see what bad guys we have chillaxing down here at this point. Picking up a lot of mud there at the moment. Oh. Oh, that is...
Magnum, SA-15.
Yeah, no, that's uncomfortable. Get away from that in a hurry.
Altitude.
It's my, I don't know if it's my Magnum, but they're...
No, that looked pretty good. Like a rocket barrage from...
I think SA tried to shoot at me.
There's a lot of dead things down there, my friend. Looked like good effect with whatever hit that just a second ago. If I had to guess, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was
Got one taking
combined
off.
fire rockets from the Apache.
That was one harm that just blew the shit out of everything.
No, not everything enough there, E90.
There's another 15 still transmitting, careful.
I can overfly an SA-15. And I'm gonna.
Counter.
Come on, Jet, I need knots to pick the nose up. Pickle.
Counter.
What do you pick one on?
Trucks and armor.
Copy, there's still an SA-8 operational there, careful.
Six in hot SA-8 with Magnum. Six Magnum FA-8.
Let's see what else we got. $205 extending out to the west.
It's a whole lot of smoke down there, boys. I'm blind.
Pickle armor. Now the real question is, do we get in there and get low? And I think the answer to that one is probably going to be yes. Until I looked at the fact that I'm carrying slicks.
205, go to one.
Go for 205.
Intel reports a specific HPT somewhere down that way. I'm ordering Coyote 2 to just take another shot at it.
Roger.
Rifle SA-9.
I'm going to set these up for 150-foot spacing.
Rifle ZU-23. And rifle armor.
$205 in south and north with 6 Mark 82s. It looks like a good spot. Bombs away.
Cap flare.
Oh hell, we still got our lights on. That's a good way to look amateur hour.
Rifle armor.
I think a lot of our bombs ended up going long on that one. 150 feet might have been too much. Looks like I might have a cluster of trucks down there in the middle of some of that smoke. I'm gonna try and strafe it real quick.
205, I've got ordnance for it.
Rifle armor.
Go 1, straight in back, 12-7, return fire. It just exploded.
Congrats. You have successfully completed the mission. You are cleared for RTV.
Altitude. Altitude.
Give some Vegas home some of that equipment. Okay, well, right on time then. On my way back to base. I figure this is going to be a short and sweet one.
Hey, Pylum, does fire spread pretty badly in Nevada? Because,
Yeah, especially when it's dry as hell here right now.
alright, cool.
Confirmed implosion on ex-wife, confirmed.
A lot of the fires really come rolling in from the deep west.
You can just say California.
Yeah, deep west.
Wish it was deeper, like underwater, but you know.
Yeah, but then that would be bad for Femur, and we like Femur.
He can move. He's got money.
Oh, you guys. (205) in for landing on final. Runway 03 left. We're a little high. We're going to lose some of this altitude and lose about 40 knots. That looks a little more like it. A little quick. Little flare, little break, contact, nice and smooth. At least I got that today. Been a little rough otherwise. Hold down the voice transmit button so the break. Pedals are in. This will steering's on. Taxi our way on off here. 205 down and clear, 03 left. We'll park this F-16 out where it belongs. By the Thunderbird hangar. Which in hindsight, I am a little surprised with ED that they didn't add a Thunderbird livery for the F-16C right out the gate, the way the Heatblur did for the F-4, including the fun one for, I think it's the number 4 aircraft. Little trivia time there with Pylum. The number 4 aircraft for the F-4 has that black tail because they got tired of cleaning it. So they just painted it matte black instead. Because the number 4 aircraft, and usually in the diamond slot formation, where a lot of the Thunderbirds tend to spend a lot of their time, was right in the engine exhaust for the F-4s when they were flying them. So all that soot and dust and particles and everything else has kind of coated that tail in a bad way. And rather than spend the money and take the time all the time just repainting and repainting and repainting and repainting and repainting that tail, they went ahead and just, you know, painted it black. I want to say it's the number 5 slot. They tend to paint the number upside down since they spend most of their time inverted during the demonstration displays. So, little trivia there at least for now. Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and put a pin in the DCS time here for now and take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be back with some DOS-based classic games and continue on with our 2-stream Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you here with this image while I grab myself a snack.
Reports are coming in from our outpost.
And the
in
boys
southern
continue the good
Henderson.
fight.
Enemy units spotted advancing north along Highway 93.
And we're just going to end up muting the microphone here, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.
Alright, we
Time
just
now is
lost signal
8:30
with them.
local.
If the enemy is advancing,
So we'll be
they're
back about
probably going for a
8:35 to
command
continue on
center
with our
downtown
playthrough.
Henderson at the on-ramp of Interstate 515 and Highway 564. We have troops ready for pickup at the forward base. You can transport them into battle and drop them anywhere you'd like.
Okay, back a little bit early, but let's go ahead and pull this up and get it started. Go ahead and flip this over to our classic game time. And start her up. Okay, so for those who missed the first half that we were playing on it, Conquest of Camelot, a 1990 Sierra Quest game, kind of in the same sort of series as a lot of the other classics that are probably a lot more well known than this one. Give me just a second, I'm just going to minimize the general games there so I can see the chat. Chiefly things like Police Quest, Space Quest, King's Quest, Quest for Glory, those particular franchise. Even some other games like Leisure Suit Larry. That's operating in a very similar engine. And this one, if we haven't seen the first playthrough of it, kind of operates in that same sort of middle version of their text-based parser that a lot of the Sierra games were using. Sort of similar to other games you might have played in the past, like Police Quest 2, possibly even things like King's Quest 4, some of the middle Space Quest type games. And I think I might have to actually sit down at one point, maybe do a history of some of the Sierra games and their SC1 engine and how it changed over time. But for now, let's go ahead and restore a game and get back to the mission at hand. Quick little recap, King Arthur has finally gotten here and has been completing some of the quests for the 6 goddesses and a search for the Grail. We've made it into Gaza. We've talked with Fatima, who is here, who is one of the priestesses. We come to find out she tried to tempt us, but we resisted that one. And now she is sending us out to go talk to the Hierophant, who should give us access to the catacombs where we can hopefully find Sir Galahad. Okay, past many trials. Got more Guardians of the Sacred Cup wait to test you. Through the catacombs you must pass. Not long ago, one called Galahad entered the catacombs and has not returned. If you're ready to follow him, ask me to open the catacombs and I will do so. Because you have passed the test of symbols, I will give you a gift that could save your life. Within the catacombs are cursed rats whose bite is poison. One bite from these rats and you will die slowly. Even the slightest bite means certain death. If bitten again, the end comes more quickly and with great agony. Take this vial of elixir. Alright. If you are bitten, drink it and you'll be cured. There's but one dosage, so waste it not. The way is open. Go. Okay. Let's go ahead and save our game. So we need to look for a couple of little things here. But we do have a lodestone. It tells us where things are. Okay, that looks like child's mummy with a medallion on it, which was our next stop. All right. So now we have the medallion that we're looking for. Save our game here for now. Okay. He's afraid of the necklace. Solid stone. Different bundle. Thing is retreated from the warding spell of medallion. The glint of gold is at the end of the sarcophagus. Okay. Let's get the apple. Okay. So now we need to find Galahad, who should be down here somewhere. And now that we have our quest item, we'll go ahead and we'll save our game again. Okay. Let's try and remember where we went here, because that's the statue, but we haven't found Galahad yet, so I don't want to advance without our noble knight. Not too many screens here. There he is. Uh-oh. Been bitten. Okay, it appears Gallant has fallen prey to the rats, lies upon a bier, unaware even of our presence. Well, we must do the noble thing. We will give Galahad elixir. No despair or regret your choice. You've done good and noble deed and saved Galahad who served you so faithfully. Alright, well. We need to haul out of here. Go back to the statue. Which, if I recall right, was through here. Yep. Go down through here. Okay, first be warned, from this moment on, every door within the catacombs is a possible trap. If you leave the safety of this room too soon, you may be trapped forever within a tomb. I'm going to need to write down some directions if I recall. Thankfully, I do have it's Aphrodite's will that you should know something of her history. I will pose 6 questions to test your knowledge of her. Okay. Each question requires a 1-word answer. When you've answered all 6, it will reveal to you how to get the hell out of here. That answer is found on page 9 and 10 of the actual documents. First thing I'm going to do is save. Second thing I'm going to do is go into my good old games browser here. And pull up said documents. Yeah, it's a little 8-bit 8-bit chime. I'll see if I can turn the sound down a little bit here for you. Before we get back to it. Mixer. There we go. That's a little better. The test now begins. In the kingdom of Fauna, what represents fertility and is sacred to Aphrodite? The dove and the apple. Kingdom of Fauna is going to be plants, so that's not the answer. Alright, well, gonna pull that right back up. Whom did Aphrodite love that was killed by a boar? It's Adonis, if I remember my history correctly, but I want to make sure with the damn documents, because, yeah. That is the answer. The test continues. Whose company did Malian disdain? One word answers. Glad they gave me the answers inside the guide. It just, you know, a little more clear about them and just giving me the damn answer. Alright, folks, I'm just trying to read through the actual pages where this information is supposedly found. Alright, it's on the next page, page 11. And whom did he worship? On whom did Theseus call for vengeance upon Hippolytus? Poseidon, I believe. Yes, Poseidon. See, idea. Oh, I should know this one. She'd be upset with me if I didn't. Given the 6 answers I require and earned your chance of freedom, first accept this gift. You've proven yourself with sword and shield. The time will be right to use the dove. To escape the catacombs, you must enter 6 doors exactly as I tell you. If you choose a door that is wrong, you'll find yourself trapped forever. Begin here by choosing the first door you must enter. Doors you choose must face the direction I give you, and you must enter them in exactly this order. Doors must face the direction given. Okay. West, east. It's the wrong pen. West, east, south, east, south, north. I have no fear for Galahad. When he is healed, I shall set him free. You've earned that boon. Shall not speak again. Your escape relies on your own ingenuity. The doors must face those directions. Here we go. West. And that was not the right one. Okay. Doors you choose must face the direction I give you, and you must enter them in exactly this order. West, east, south, east, north, south. West, east, south, east, north. South, north. West, east, south, east, south, north. Okay, good. Alright. This door faces west. Enter within the wall, inch forward, carefully test the floor as you go. Takes you one direction. This way into one of the rooms of the catacombs through a hidden doorway. I think that was the wrong one. Oh, you know what? Forgot. Not all the rooms are actually aligned to north being north. Alright, so we need to go west, which is this direction. That's right, that's why we got the lodestone. Moving through hidden doorway. Alright. Alright, so that's north, so east is going to be up. Now we need to move south. Then east again. And south and north. Seems like an eternity. Anytime it takes turning, brings you yet another hidden door. Push harder. Opens as the other one did, and he returns you to the catacombs. As before, the hidden door shuts as though it had never been there. North is our way out. Heavy stones of... Has the goddess trapped you, or... No, look! Secret stairs leading upward have been revealed, along with the skeleton of a warrior. Alright. We have made, hopefully, our great escape. Split in half with some powerful blow from a large sword, a helmet would have saved him. Stairs bring you to the surface and into the blessed light and fresh air. Around you is the ruin of a circular temple. Once there was a famous temple of Aphrodite in Jerusalem, perhaps this was it. The marble stones are ancient and weather-worn, the marble pillars are topped, and an empty round pedestal in the middle may have once held a statue or altar. Walls without doors or windows may have been built entirely around the temple, right up to the very edge of the ruins. Okay. I'm going to save our game here. Okay, you must defeat me if you would win the Grail. This must be the test of the sword that we talked about. Here in this Temple of Aphrodite, we must match sword and shield, strength and skill until one of us is dead. I wish for an equal fight, and you do not have a helmet. Therefore, offer you one that is as strong as my own. Wear it or not, if you please. Oh, you know what? Forgot I needed to eat the apple, because we are poisoned. We are way exhausted. Oh, come on, man. Just end the fight so I can restore my game. Come on, Arthur. If you can move forward, that'd be nice. There we go. Thank you. Right, restore, stream save. And the thing I'm going to take a quick look at is the documentation again. Actually figure out where my damn movement commands are for that fight. There's the shield, that's the land Saracen Bowder fighting face or right. Low parry, high attack, low. Okay, so there is no advancing. Got it. I advance when I take a swing. Alright. Apple's potent spell has relieved your hunger and thirst, giving you a new surge of strength, but alas, you cannot stop the poison rat that's killing you. You can only delay the final end. Alright. Let's do it. Boo. Once more with more feeling. Come on, buddy, commit. There we go. Yeah. Wish I could see how much strength I had so I could better time how much I'm using. Oops. Done lost her head. Come on, Saracen man. Let's move closer so I can swing at you. No, not so you can hit me. Lucky he was out of reach for that one. He must have some of his strength back because he's moving forward on his own. There we go. Okay. Turns into a living dove within your very hands. Save that. Follow my dove and you shall have your soul's desire. Just in case that fight took too much time and we die of poison anyway. Where you stand once my priestesses stood, my name was spoken with reverence, my statue and holy of holies were housed within, where only that bare pedestal remains. Last thing my worshippers would see as they left my temple was this leftward spiral upon the threshold, a reminder of life turning ever onwards. As with life, so too does power pass onwards, even gods and goddesses fall prey to the endless cycle. My reign here is ended, I shall never return. You have won the sacred cup by your determination and persistence, by cleverness and skill of arms, I surrender it to you. But beware, the power of the Grail itself will pass final judgment upon your worthiness to possess it. Start where you should start, turn as you would turn, and count the paces and the pillars until you reach my sacred number. Beneath that pillar you shall find what you seek. So our sacred number is 6. And it's a leftward spiral. Hopefully that didn't waste too much time. Bird. Spaces of the remains of the pillars. Okay, so that's the spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be this one that the Saracen was guarding. We found the Grail. When it barely touches the sacred cup through a tiny gap in the white cloth that covers it, the Grail's power pours through you and restores you instantly to perfect health. Dazed with the Grail's power, but you must recover yourself and find a way out of here. Camelot must be saved before... The thief is struck again. This rope is broken. Here's your treasure untouched. Take it and let me live. Have mercy. By the gods, he dared to stab you in the back. If not for your mail tunic, you'd be dead at the hands of this foul dog. It's time to let the Grail decide his fate. Oof. So it comes to the end he deserves, and he must move quickly to find Galahad and return to Camelot. The great power's at work. We're going to take the cup and go home. Grail has brought you here, Arthur. Only one god may rule in thy kingdom now. And there it goes. Down your eyes, the radiance of the Grail is too great for any man to see. Behold, Mithra has been driven away and the Grail is gone. You become a healing force that spreads outwards, touching every corner of your kingdom. Land returns to life, lakes and rivers and wells fill once more with clean, fresh water. Camelot is healed. Receive Guinevere's praise and adoration, as you've well earned. Your knights salute you and joyous cries of love and gratitude. Your people fill the air. And so you've won, through purity of spirit and heart, through skill and strength, no praise is too great. Peace and prosperity return to your kingdom. You have the time to rest and enjoy the land you've saved. But though your land is healed, your heart is not. Perhaps it never shall be. Honestly, this falls back to one of the many things we say on this stream here with always ask for consent, but other ways of solving that particular conundrum, I suppose. Also, Percival has opinions on the matter. But we were closer to the end of the game than we had first thought when we left off from last week. So that is already done. We're going to roll through the credits here on that. This is one that I've enjoyed since I found it, as I was doing a deeper dive through good old games, looking for, more quest games that I hadn't touched. But kind of indicative and near the top of the Sierra game there for this particular model of this particular engine. And I think while we're on the subject, we might revisit a couple of I guess we had plenty more wisdom skill and a few more soul points to earn. But while we're here, we'll take a quick visit around a couple of the other versions of this game engine, just as other examples, which might be fun in its own way. And I feel like one of the best ones that we can start with is kind of going once around the horn. We'll go with the very first Space Quest game. Just to kind of show the engine off. This is kind of the first generation of this engine that we see. Leisure 1, Police Quest 1, Space Quest 1, King's Quest 1, 2, and 3 all use this engine, which is still fundamentally the same as the one we had just seen in the previous game, but the graphics are extremely simple. As an example, for the time frame, Police Quest 1 was released in about 1987. I want to say Space Quest and the first Larry game all were about the same time. Very, very simple graphics. And as we move on to another game from Sierra, because they use this RPG engine a lot, which really kind of let them put out a bunch of games really close together. But this one is, scroll through the list here because I know it's still installed. Oh, you know what? That's actually the re-release of that game. We'll come back to that one in a second. So it lets me out so I can kill it and start it, because it should be the EGA version, not the VGA version. Oops. Hero for the village of Spielberg. But this is kind of the second generation of the engine, which is more like the game that we just played. The graphics are a little more complex, but a lot of them have the pop-up text box with various edges around it and things. So there's that one from the Sierra games. And for those who were following along with King's Quest VI that we played not terribly long ago, it's kind of the last iteration of that particular engine that had more of a point-and-click system and VGA graphics, which were kind of the top tier before they collapsed there in like 95 and got bought out by places like Vivendi and really kind of lost a lot of stuff. But it is 9:30, but we did finish the game. I really don't have anything else currently planned, so I think I am going to go ahead and end the stream there for this evening. So definitely want to take the time to thank all the likes, follows, subscribes, the comments in chat, all that kind of stuff. It really does help, keeps things motivated. If you feel like donating and tipping in that fashion, you can do that either at coffee.com/PylamJRMR, or if you feel like giving a subscription, you can do that too. It's not required, but if you do it, I do appreciate that one very much. And as a reminder too, that if you do have Amazon Prime, you have access to a free Twitch subscription of your choice, which can be spent anywhere, and really does help the streamers that you donate that one too. It is for free and a part of your Amazon Prime package already. You just have to link those two things together. You can catch this and other VODs on the YouTube channel and at PylamRomar. And typically we do classic games and DCS Monday at 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. for 2.5 to 3 hours each. Today we kind of ran a little bit short because we finished the game, but that's okay because we do have Conquest of the Longbow, which is the Robin Hood one. Not one that I kind of want to start this late into our show, so we'll just save that one for a later time. Friday night we got Arma 3 at 6 p.m. and Saturday we've got DCS on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'm not affected by the COVID vaccine round 4 or 5. I forget which dose it is for me at this point, but that's okay. So we should be up and awake as usual there to get up and play. So with that, always ask for consent. Try to communicate as best you can with your partners and try to be genuine and decent human beings. And I will catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good night, and Pylam out.